Hello, and welcome to You Are Enough month. I'm chatting with Claire Butler. Claire, tell us what you do.
Hi, Emily. Thanks for having me here. So I am a personal stylist and a style coach.
Awesome. And that so ties in with the whole You Are Enough thing, because I think underpinning why I chose this as one of the monthly topics is because so many women, as they're going through perimenopause, just lose sight of who they are, of they lose their self-worth, their self-esteem, all of those things. And whilst our clothes aren't the only part of how we come back from that, being in the right clothes can really make a difference, can't it?
100%. I mean, it's really interesting because I think when people say, oh, a personal stylist or a style coach, they think, oh no, she's going to start getting me to wear sort of like gold buttons and anchors and things, or getting designer clothes. But what it is, and what my ethos is in all of it, is about making women feel fantastic and making them feel that they are enough as they are. Now, that doesn't mean to say, well, what if I'm good enough as I am, then why are you telling me I need some other clothes? I'm not. I'm helping you find the clothes that make you feel fantastic. And that is the essence. Because when you feel fantastic, when you feel good about yourself, whether it's that you want to wear bright yellow and gingham with daisies on it, as I am today, whether you want to have turquoise, purple, and pink hair like Emily, or whether you just want to think, you know what, I can look in that mirror, as I'm passing the mirror, I can give myself that little nod, say, yep, tick, fine for the day, I can now go about my business. You're taking away that angst, that where you're constantly feeling, oh, I feel rubbish today. And that isn't about your clothes. It's about how you feel. And therefore, it's about how you're going to act. And then it becomes like a downward spiral. Now, I'm not saying that you need to get dressed and wear a tutu every day or wear a ball gown or tiara to breakfast, though, hey, why not? If it makes you feel fantastic, I'm all for that. But what I'm trying to say is it's just a few little things to make you feel good about yourself. But Emily, you mentioned a really, really good point about losing yourself. And I don't know how many people that are going to watch this will recognize and relate to this, but when you look in the mirror and you think, who is that person? Who is this person? And who bought those clothes for this person? Because I don't buy those sorts of clothes. Why have I suddenly started ending up living in the same uniform of clothes? No, fine if you love them, 100% fine if you love them. But if you don't, but each day you're putting on the same clothes that make you feel drab, that make you feel uninspired, that just make you feel a bit there, but you still do it. And you get into this cycle. And at best, some of the ladies that I work with, at best, they can say to themselves, that'll do. My loves, no, it won't do, because you are worth more than that'll do. Everybody is worth more than that'll do. And you as yourself is enough. It really is. And if you're thinking, well, no, it's not, you might just need a couple of little tweaks, a couple of little 5 minutes a day just to do something that fills you with joy with your appearance, even if it's a flick of mascara and a squirt of perfume.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be complicated. And I think that's the really important thing. And, I've known you for a very long time, Claire, and
Yeah.
I know how you work and all that stuff. And I think that's the bit that we need to kind of dispel here is this. I think there's this idea that when people go and work with a stylist, that it's somehow they're going to change who they are.
Oh.
And you're absolutely the polar opposite of that. You're all about, right, let's find what is the key part of your personality. Your clothes can represent that. Your clothes can be an extension of your personality. So,
Oh.
And I'll let you explain because I'm just going to blabber.
Well, I'm going to blabber as well because I get a bit overexcited. So rein me in. But yes, if you dress on the outside as the person you are on the inside. Now, this can work two ways. It can work hugely for yourself, which is what we're mainly here talking about today. But it can also work perhaps if you're in business and so that people get what they see before you even speak. It's almost like the best bit of silent communication is this is me. So, for example, with me sitting here today, with Emily with her lovely coloured hair, that we're a little bit quirky, we're a little bit out there. We love a good giggle. You can kind of just get that vibe. Well, I hope you can anyway. But if we were talking about this, we were both, you know, if we were to both be sitting here in beige safari suits and then had our personality with them, there's a mismatch, a huge mismatch there. Now, can I just say, if you favour a beige safari suit, there's also nothing wrong with that, because people do look amazing in them. It's just I don't and Emily doesn't. Okay, so that's just because of but it's about your personality and be able to show on the outside who you are on the inside, and that's the bit that a lot of people lose the connection with. They lose sight of who they are on the inside, and they're like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I used to be a rock chick, and yeah, you know, you might think, well, hang on a minute, I'm in my 50s or late 40s now, and I don't really want to go around in fishnet tights every day, but there's still but you know, but you might want to still have that vibe. So there's nothing wrong with bringing back into your life a pair of like black jeans and a band t-shirt that you might have thought, I can't do that because I'm a certain age. Well, first of all, we don't do the word can't.
No.
I don't do rules, I do principles and guidelines. The fashion and style police do not come and arrest you if you don't adhere to these things. They are literally ways of making you feel like you. And if it's okay with Emily, I'll just share that although it was pre-perimenopause for me, but I worked in a very corporate environment. And I used to be sort of quite gothy when I was younger. And then I got really into the vintage vibe, you know, to the extent that I was actually going into work with little lace gloves and pillbox hats with a veil. And, you know, it was all very gorgeous, darling. Anyway, I then wanted to be taken more seriously in my career, and I got a very serious corporate role. So I thought I needed to become a grown-up. Whatever is one of those. And this is when I was in my mid-30s. I mean, my word. Anyway, so I started dressing in very sensible, somber clothes, and which, you know, you've still got to be appropriate for your environment and match your audience and all of that, you know. But I started toning it down bit by bit by bit until eventually I'd lost every ounce of my personality. I then wondered why I wasn't enjoying my job and therefore wasn't actually that successful in that role, because I'd lost me. And in truth, you know, that role wasn't right for me. They probably did want somebody a little bit more corporate than me coming and going, hello, you know, and scaring the pants off people. And it was that through that realization, and that, anyway, long story short and failing, I then went into another job and I ended up not being very well there, and I had to take some time off work with a stress illness. And my parents very kindly sent me, I say very kindly in inverted commas here, they very kindly sent me to see a personal stylist. And I was like, well, thanks a lot. Thanks. That's the one thing I thought I was all right at, you know, and now you're telling me I'm not. And then but they knew it was going to help with confidence, and it did. But, and I am getting to the crux of this here, because we talked about, you know, she said to me, well, you know, you're obviously very out there. And I said, oh, no, I used to be. I said, but I'm not now. She goes, no, I'm not asking how you dress now. I'm asking who you are as a person. And I said, oh, yes, exactly. I used to be that person. And she goes, no. You are still that person, aren't you? And then she goes, look at your jewellery. You're still wearing big jewellery. You've still got coloured nails. You've still got this, but you're trying to fit yourself into a box that you don't belong in. And my whole thing I'm coming to here, my lovelies, is that after that session, she did say to me, you know, she explained that I am actually quite dramatic. I know, bit of a shocker there. But I wasn't dressing that way, you see. And so how I was appearing and how I was behaving, I masked my personality. And I came out of that session feeling like I've been given permission to be me. You see, I told you it would all link up. And I felt that it was okay. And I needed to carve my way. Yes, I still had to be appropriate for the environment and whatever it was that I was working in. And as it turned out, after that session, I thought, do you know what? I want to help other women feel like this. So that's when I retrained and became a stylist. But that was my key thing. It wasn't about what colours to wear. That's lovely. That's gorgeous, right? It wasn't about what shapes to wear. to make you look slimmer or taller or shorter or curvier or whatever it is you want to achieve, right? That's lovely too. But unless you're expressing your personality, so when you look in the mirror, you recognize who you are and you like that person. It's okay to be that person. It's okay to be quirky if you're naturally quirky. It's okay to be quiet if you're naturally quiet. It's okay to wear sky blue pink, you know, with zigzags on it, if that's who you are. It's okay to wear a beige safari suit if you like the classic look. All of that is okay. There are no rights and no wrongs in styling. It's about bringing you. That's the only thing. The only thing is bringing you out, because you are gorgeous. And you've got to remember that. And it's not about the physical. And it's like, you know, oh, I've got a spot today, I've got this. It's about how it makes you feel when you put those clothes on. And anything that can make you skip with joy or feel really sophisticated or whatever it is you want to achieve, then that, my lovely, is what it's all about.
I couldn't have said it better. And I think once we embrace dressing as an extension of our personality, or even just a part of our personality, then we start to see that we are worthy, we are enough, that exactly who we are is who we're meant to be.
Exactly. And you know, there's going to be people that always like us. There's going to be people that will poo-poo us, you know. That's going to happen in life. And it's, you know, but it's when you are your most authentic self that you can deal with other things. If you're dressing as someone else, so I was dressing as a grown-up sort of corporate person, I didn't know how to be that person. So when I was put into a situation where I had to be that person, I floundered. Okay, put me in a situation or with a group of women where I can perhaps use humor to talk with and be a bit quirky. You know, in the past, I've often was told I was too much. So it's almost the opposite, isn't it, of you're not enough. It was like, you're too much. And it's like, but even that, so that's not good enough. You know, I'm trying to be me and you're too much. But it's that, you know, what it was there's just a mismatch with the people I was aligning myself with. And it took me a long time. Probably at least a good half of my 56 years. Oh, the experienced matron here. But it was absolutely true that, you know, just don't be around people that make you feel like that. But if you can't help that, you might be in an environment where you don't have that choice. Just be you. And you are gorgeous, right? Inside, that is the best version you can be of yourself, is being you.
I love it. Thank you so much, Claire.
Thank you for having me. It's very lovely to see you all again. Do get in touch if I can help, won't you? Any questions? Yes. I do love a question.
Yep, I will put your contact details on the end of the video.
You. And it's like, and I do like to chat. You've probably gathered that, haven't you?
Oh my God, really?
Thank you, Emily. It's been an absolute joy. Take care. Bye, everyone.